Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Tweedy, and I normally don't try to go over negative topics in the Mortal Kombat scene, but there is a big negative topic today, which is the low entrance at the first EVO for Mortal Kombat 1. Now, me personally, I've been around the competitive scene for 9 years now, which is crazy to say, even a little over 9 years, actually. So I feel like I've seen things come and go, I've seen how things are, and I've seen how these other scenes operate, so I feel like I could give a good take on why things they are the way they are. As you can see, Street Fighter almost 10x the entrance of Mortal Kombat 1. If my math is math, and Tekken 8 like 8x'd it. One thing that I do want to say is, Guilty Gear, Grand Blue, and Under Night, they're all anime fighting games. People who go from one of those games, they enter the others, you know what I mean? So to say like, oh, Guilty Gear in this game did way better than MK, that's a little disingenuous. And also, their games aren't banned in Asia, like MK. And Asia is, like, one of the more, like, traveling-heavy scenes for fighting games, right? Like, they phased out arcades way later than, like, the US did. It's just, like, if you become a competitive player in Asia, I feel like it's like, okay, you're a competitive player. What like, local events do you go to? When are you thinking about going to your first EVO? Whereas with Mortal Kombat, it's not like that. Like, people have been around since I've been around in the competitive scene and haven't went to one tournament, you know what I mean? It's just more ingrained in that culture to travel for fighting games. So, between that and these three games all entering each other's game, like Guilty Gear, Grand Blue, Under Night, I feel like it's kind of disingenuous to be like, oh, they shit on MK. And then Street Fighter Third Strike, obviously, it's got a lot of crossover from that 5.2K that entered Street Fighter 6. So, we're not really going to talk about those games, but obviously, like, no matter what excuse I try to make, Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 did destroy Mortal Kombat 1 here. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's for a couple big reasons. And I've been around the scene again for 9 years, so I feel like I can give good perspective. I feel like the two big reasons are awareness and also stay of the game. So awareness, so Tekken, like Bandai, they'll do streams where it's like, we're doing a Tekken news stream. And then they'll be just about Tekken World Tour. Street Fighter, same thing with Capcom Cup. Now, in Mortal Kombat, the biggest boom we've ever gotten in our competitive scene, the biggest growth, was from Injustice 1 to MKX with Fatal 8. It was super promoted. It showed off the competitive scene, showed off personality, showed off what you can do, what you can strive for. And we haven't really seen much like that since. We had the recent Pro Comp, but it wasn't really promoted much at all. They had, like, no marketing. And along with that, with Mortal Kombat 1, the state of the game, like look at the big tournaments, like ECT, Final Combat, stuff like that. It's like, ECT, it was like Raiden, Cyrax, Kung Lao cameo loops. And then Final Combat, it was like all Johnny, all Peacemaker, stuff like that. So, like, I think half the top 8 was Johnny, half the top 8 was Peacemaker. So whenever those casual players that do buy the game become aware of the competitive scene, that's what they're looking at. Whereas, something like Fatal 8, it had great character variety. Sonic won with Aaron Black. Aaron Black wasn't even really that good. You know what I'm saying? There was so much variety. Like, Ketchup was on Quan. PL was on Kung Lao. MIT was on Scorpion. I think, like, Tyrant was on Jax. So the character variety was insane as well. Whereas, like, now it's, like, on the off chance that little marketing of Final Combat does get to casuals, they see, like, half Peacemaker, half Johnny, top 8, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's a big reason as well. There was a recent balance patch that did nerf those two characters, so we'll see. EVO is, like, the #1 tournament when it comes to, like, casuals seeing the game, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be on a big stream, like, promoted. So hopefully with the nerfs of Johnny and Peacemaker, the game looks better visually, like, when people see it. But yeah, I feel like those are the biggest reasons, because when you think about it, like, MK outsells these games, you know what I'm saying? Like, MK's bigger on YouTube, it's bigger on TikTok, it's bigger on, like, every metric you can look at besides the competitive scene. MK is the biggest game. It's just, like, #1, we're banned in Asia, so the biggest fighting game community, like, regionally that travels, we don't have access to. And #2, the combination of awareness and when people do, by off chance, become aware, the state of the game has not been visually appealing lately. You saw, if you watch Fatal 8 in 2015, which is how I got into the scene, you're like, wow, this guy's over here with Jax cooking. This guy is Sonic's mopping everyone with Aaron. MIT with Scorpion making a run. You know, Perfect Legend, Kung Lao. You know what I mean? It's not... It's like, oh, Sonic's using Johnny, fucking... Somebody's mom's using Johnny making top 8, like, Peacemaker all over... You know what I mean? Like, to stay the game, it's not... I don't see how any casual would watch Final Kombat and be like, I want that to be me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just... It's not very appealing. But yeah, again, like... And I feel like because Mortal Kombat is so big, that it kind of gets flack from other scenes. You know what I mean? Like... For example, does this mean Mortal Kombat? Look, every other comment's about Mortal Kombat. Every other comment. And why is every other comment about King of Fighters? Their numbers are trash. You know what I'm saying? It's because King of Fighters has always kind of been like a little bro game. You know what I mean? It's always been kind of little bro status. You don't kick little bro while they're little bro. You know what I'm saying? But Mortal Kombat outdoes Street Fighter and Tekken in a lot of areas. Especially like more meaningful ones, you know what I mean? Like YouTube, TikTok, those are way bigger platforms than EVO, you know? But like, when it comes to EVO, the biggest competitive platform, we shit the bed. Like, we shit the bed. So, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of why I feel like Mortal Kombat kind of gets shit on in moments like this, is because, like, yeah, we are the little bros right now in the competitive scene, similar to King of Fighters, but like, and Under Night too, like, Under Night's numbers are pretty bad considering the fact that players from these other games are entering it, and its numbers are still that low. You know what I mean? Mortal Kombat's only Mortal Kombat players entering it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the players that might have entered Mortal Kombat from these games, they all stopped playing it already. You know? They only played the first couple months. So Under Night numbers are bad too, but Under Night, again, it's a little bro game. You know what I mean? Like, the tallest trees catch the most wind. In Mortal Kombat, when it comes to overall fighting game presence, is a tall fucking tree. You know what I mean? It's right up there with Street Fighter 6, right up there with Tekken 8. In a lot of avenues, it's taller. You know what I mean? So I understand in moments like this why, you know, it gets so much hate. And also, again, the state of the game, stuff like that. But again, like, even during MKX, when the game was a lot more appealing to watch, certain versions of MK11... We didn't see much higher numbers than this after, like, the first 3-month boost. Because that's the thing. NRS games, they always have, like, a 3-month boost when the game comes out, and then it goes down to the dedicated. If you look up MKX, like, EVO numbers after that boost, MK11, it was about the same. MK11 even less sometimes. But I think it just boils down to that awareness as well. And it sucks right now because it's like, even if somehow we do figure out a way to get that awareness going, the game, like, looks like shit in tournament. You know, let's just be real. I enjoy playing the game. I enjoy logging on Baraka, Homelander. You know, I might play some Liu. I might play some, I don't know, some, like, might try out some Havoc or something. I don't know. But I enjoy just playing the game, fucking around on it, stuff like that. It's a fun game. There's stuff they gotta do, like online practice, online lobbies, whatever Warrior Shrine is, maybe a new single-player mode. But I think it's a fun game. It's just, like, watching it in tournament at the highest level, bro, like why would, like, a 12 or 13-year-old who's, like, aspiring to get into a competitive game, why would they watch Final Kombat Top 8 and be like, I want to be up there. Daddy, I want to be up there. I want to be like Sean Fox. You know what I mean? Why would they be like that when, like, the game looks like ass, you know? The competitive scene's barely marketed. It's hard to find out about, you know? And, like, I'm in, like, I've been in, like, Elden Ring streams lately, and I'll, like, be talking to people in there, and I feel like they're surprised, like, a competitive Mortal Kombat scene even exists. You know what I mean? So, it's just a tough... We're, like, in, like, a really tough situation where, like, we need help from NRS to, like, promote the scene, but we also need help from them to, like, and WB also, to where, like, the game doesn't look like ass. You know what I mean? There were moments during MKX and, like with Fatal 8, in moments during MK11 where, like, if a broader audience saw the game, they would be inspired to try it because it looked good. You know, Fatal 8 was one of those moments. So much good character variety, fun-looking gameplay, stuff like that. MK1, it's like, we're swept under the rug, and when you pull that rug up to see us, you know, it's fucking eagly, shadow kick, like, you know, it's just not a good look right now, y'all, so I'm just being a dead horse at that point, but yeah, that's my opinion. Again, don't. There are some bad faith, arguments here, like Guilty Gear, Grand Blue, Under Night. Again, it's like all the same people entering those events. So to be like, oh, they're killing MK, kind of disingenuous. Plus, they have Asia playing those games, who travel like crazy. And then Street Fighter, obviously, getting a lot of entrants from Street Fighter 6. But, I can't ignore the fact that Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 are shitting on Mortal Kombat 1 in numbers right now. Like, that part I can't ignore. There's no loophole argument I can make as far as that goes. But, yeah. So, in short, like, if we want the scene to grow, we need more eyeballs on the scene, whether it be from NRSWB, maybe some big YouTube channels can blow up. Because here's the thing. YouTube and TikTok are huge for MK, like even bigger than Street Fighter and Tekken. And I can't tell y'all how many people have been like, oh, Tweedy, I found you through Destroyer. Oh, Tweedy, I found you through this and that. You know what I mean? But a lot of the top MK YouTubers, they don't even talk about the competitive scene. They don't even acknowledge it exists. And it's not really their responsibility. I would definitely say the first step would be NRS and WB promotes the scene, makes the game more balanced to where, and the game is kind of balanced, but at a high level, it's been like one or two things stand out, you know what I mean? And that's bad for viewership, man. It just is, So they fix those two things. They promote the scene more. They fix the balance of the game. And I feel like that will entice bigger, like, influencers to, review a tournament, to react to a tournament, stuff like that. And then the scene just grows from there. I feel like that's how the scene will grow at the end of the day. Obviously, fighting games are still a small esport, so it'll be baby steps, if anything, but, it's better than what we got, you know what I mean? We're down there with the low bros, like King of Fighters and Under Night, so it's not looking too good right now. Let me know down in the comments below what y'all think about this situation. Later, y'all.